Hey up guys, so I've just done a bit of a food shop for the week. I thought I'd do a little bit of a video on what I've bought, see what meals I sort of get to eat. Basically I've got a few staple meals that I have throughout the week. I used to prep my food every day, but the problem is you end up coming home and then you just every day you're just like, oh god, I've got to prep, and it becomes such a chore. You do it, but it just becomes a lot of effort that you're constantly thinking about. So I now do it for the week, usually on a Sunday, but having just got back from London late on Sunday night, I had to just sort of make do today, just like some protein shakes and a few things. So I've just done my food shop, going to be doing it obviously for the next 5 days anyway, so I've still got Saturday's work, then I don't have to cook Saturday. But I'm just going to run through sort of the things I've bought from the shop, all my sources of carbs and my sources of fats, sources of protein, and then I'll sort of cook everything. I'll explain why, what meal this is, what meal, when I have it. Let's get started. Right, so like I said, I'm just going to run through my food. Let's start with the gains. The gains! Starting with my protein, of course. Big old beef steak for breakfast, and then I pair that with a couple eggs. Saw the 15 pack, so you know what, save some pennies, may as well get a big one, stock the fridge up. Then I have it's about 2 kilos for 5 sort of days. So I roughly have about 2 fillets a day in my meals spread across my chicken. And then, to be honest, that's kind of the protein I've just sort of come to learn that I need. I used to track calories, to be honest. Like, I'm in a bulk at the moment, so obviously you do give yourself a little bit more leeway, but I'm just sort of, I don't need to track anymore really, because I've just found what works for me. I know what I have to eat to grow. I know I have the same thing, and all I do between my cutting and my bulking phases is I just up my carbs. I keep fats pretty much the same, protein stays exactly the same. I just increase my carb intake, to be honest. So the way I do that is usually I just have a packet of rice a day, but what I do, so usually just a packet, but what I've got is, so I have 1 packet a day, and then I've mix and match, to be honest. I usually do sweet potato, but this time I thought I'd do a little bit of a pasta. Then I've got some bolognese sauce. Oh, let's zoom in. Come on. There you go. So we've got some zoom in, bolognese. Well, it's still got loads of salt in, but I'm alright with salt, so we're fine. So that's in terms of my carbs, and then we've got a few sort of things to tip me over for my calories when I know I'm going to get hungry. So we've got some bars. To be honest with you, I pretty much look for the most calorific breakfast bars there is, just purely to get my calories up a little bit. And then I pair that with some saurine. I usually just go for the fruit loafers. It's a bit less saturated fat, but there wasn't any, and I'm not going to moan because banana loaf is the balls. In terms of my veg that I pair them with, I've got some carrot batons because nobody's got time to cook carrots. So I basically just buy them because it's nice and easy. Biff them in a pan, bish bash bosh. Asparagus, do have to cut them up. I pair, so I have these two together. You'll see anyway. And then we've got some sweet peppers. I like the red ones the most, that's why I go for the sweet ones. And then I have that for the onions, so that peppers and the onions are going to be for my pasta meal. And then this is again something I do while I'm bulking. So I buy 3 tubs of 0 fat Greek yogurt, but I pair that with some oats and then pair it with some berry smoothie mix just to give it a little bit of extra flavour. And then if I'm feeling really jazzy, I probably will, to be honest, I'll smack some of this Diet Whey Protein Empire strawberry flavour. But yeah, so I'm gonna cook this all up now, and then you'll sort of see what I've got to do, see what I'm gonna eat, and then sardines for dinner.
But when I remember when I used to eat sardines. for dinner.
So I thought I'd do a little bit of a mention on the fact that a lot of people are like, their biggest excuse why they don't eat healthy food is because it's so expensive. Well, yeah, whatever, you know the drill. So basically, my food shop, £49.88 pretty much for the week. Like, I spend roughly 50 quid a week on food, which in the grand scheme of things might seem like a lot, but when you pair that together to someone who goes out twice a week or for a meal and they'll spend 50 quid like that, or they go to the pub every night, have a few pints, but yeah, they're like, oh, it's so expensive because they go and buy a pizza for 2 quid from the shop and that's their dinner. Like, it's obviously all about choices. It's not that expensive at all. Like, it's an excuse, to be honest. So that's my little money rant. Time to cook. Time to Steve cook.
What a joker.
Something I forgot to say is that I don't actually prep my steak and eggs. I like cooking them each morning. A couple of reasons, just because then they're nice and fresh. There's nothing worse than some chewy steak, you like enjoying it. And then also for the fact it makes me get up a little bit earlier than I need to, which then sort of helps me to wake up properly before I start the day, whereas otherwise I think getting to work and I'm all lethargic and a bit retarded, to be honest. So it's just a bit of a way to like wake myself up a bit better. But yeah, so I'm just going to cook those prep meals that I have throughout the day. First things first, let's get this chicken on the go. Preheat the old abattoir. A little bit of a trick, save you washing up. Tin foil, oi. Get yourself some 1 calorie spray if you haven't got some already. It's 1 calorie, man. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Tin foil. Cover the chicken. That's going to keep them nice and moist. Nothing we hate more than dried chicken. So we've got our peppers and onions going, got our asparagus and carrots, and then we've got our pasta going. So while that's going on, while that's all going, then we've obviously still got our chicken in here. While that's going on, I'm just going to get my frozen yogurt meal ready, my overnight oats. So let's crack on. Tip to save a bit of time on your chicken, get the old scissors out, chop, 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 chop. So there you have it, guys. That is my meal prep done for the week. I'll put all the calories and the macros on screen now. But yeah, so it's basically like I've got my chicken and pasta meal, and then I've got my chicken, carrot and asparagus meal that I put with my rice. I usually have that as my second meal, sort of around lunchtime, mainly because I get to have my rice warm. I can't hack rice cold, but at least the pasta it's one of them where I'm trying to get it in between clients, so it's kind of like a quick don't really have time to heat it up kind of thing. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you want me to do stuff like this in the future, like some nutrition, going through sort of daily what I'd like to eat. Maybe I should do like an if it fits your macros kind of day, and just proper see what I get to eat on a day where I'm more flexible, where I'm not working. I tend to cook meal by meal and not have such boring meals, to be honest. I just kind of enjoy myself a little bit more, but still fit those macros. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it, but thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Over and out.